as I sit and think of the possibility of everyone having more than enough, and let's say that expresses as we are all rich with money. Everyone has enough money to do what they want and to experiment and take risks, get playful. Whatever means by which that may happen, I also think of those who say that I think there are those who say this, and they say it knowingly, but not for the reasons we think, that we cannot simply make it so that everyone has that level of abundance, not because they didn't work for it or don't deserve it or didn't earn it based on the rules of the game, because we do have the capacity to produce enough wealth simply through our agreement to imagine and distribute the imaginary numbers and then take it from there. But if that were to happen, those who currently sit at the very top would not be able to do so. In order for them to sit so high and have such an incredible wealth, or at least I think this is what is believed, and this is why I say they knowingly say, then it requires an equally massive number of people who are hungry enough for more that they will be willing to do more than what is typically reasonable. A person who's content and safe and happy and has enough and a little more, there's not much that they would be willing to do for you outside of what is naturally beautiful to them. And because there is such an immense, intense, far-reaching feeling of not enough, and it's not safe yet, we are easy to bargain with through the promise of, I can lead you to where you will feel relief from those feelings, fulfillment and satisfaction of the imagined catharsis, the conditional situations we cast into the future, forever out of reach, and then choose to depend on in order to be free from our mental suffering. What insanity. And of course, the irony is that those at the top are the ones, at least as far as I can tell, who suffer from that chronic disease of seemingly incurable dissatisfaction, for which they only know to, unfortunately, ignorantly, increase the size of that which feeds the whole. And it's funny because you think, when you feed a hole, it will be filled. But this is a different kind of whole. This is an identity whole, a perception whole. And the funny thing about identity and perception is they, at least as far as I can tell, function with the same physics as a black hole. There is an event horizon you can never reach the end of. When you try to look at what am I that is perceiving experience, and the more material you try to place at the center that you have chosen, because where is the center of space? But, one could say, well, the center of our galaxy, the center of our solar system, the center of that towards which I am falling, being pulled in, the mass of which is produced by everything that got put there to validate the idea, the story that it is the middle. So again, great irony, it is filled with material by symptom of being believed to be the source, which then makes it the exact opposite of the source. It is the consumer, the great devourer, the hunger within us all. So, yeah, I think that's what's going on. Way up there at the top of the ladder of human hierarchy. Who defines that though, right? Who says who's at the top? All of us do. And we are so unfortunately tricked into agreeing with other people's ideas about how to feel about ourselves, which is insane. I have the option to permanently, internally reward myself for existing for no reason, and to experience the benefits of that constant stream of celebration that I am here, regardless of how it goes. It's like if you bought a lottery ticket and you scratched off the numbers and it said, well, actually, you can just choose. Would you like to win $10 or $1 billion? Or would you like to go into debt? And we choose to go into debt because we believe in a story that we should, in order to earn, in order to deserve this reward that was just offered to us, because it feels suspicious or wrong or immoral or not logical. It wouldn't be logical to accept that reward that is always right there, available to us, because we're the ones that distribute it. Because why? Because we confuse the physics of our internal reality to be beholden to the physics of external reality, right? It's materialism defines mentalism. I can't let my mind do things that aren't reasonable in the material world. That would mean I'm crazy. But again, that assumes so much. without basis. And again, it all kind of falls apart when I go, well, wait a second, what if I find that the most satisfying thing I could do is to just let go of my feeling of dissatisfaction? Do I have the power to unconvince myself that that is not an option because of whatever reasons? We're so reasonable that we are slaves to reasons that we were taught, because you were born into this world with nothing in your head. And then you are programmed to think the way you think, to see things the way you see things, to interpret your experiences in the way that you do, to then layer on your internally produced programming. It's still just it's like another extension of your parental, societal, scholastic programming. Nothing wrong with being programmed per se, but to be able to acknowledge that what you call yourself is not yours. It is the world's, and the world put that into you. And somehow, by whatever means it happened, you have been believing that what they put in you is you. But it changes. It falters, it fails, it contradicts itself. It doesn't work. It's there, it happens. A broken clock is right twice a day, as they say. But this idea of yourself, this house of cards we call logic and knowledge and words and symbols and memory, are a map of what we've been taught and how that relates to our perception of our experiences. It's only true in the same way a banana is true. It's there, okay? Cool. So, anyway, maybe... that's a better light. I'll keep my moody yellow light. Maybe one of the big lies is that any of us want nearly anything at all. And we are fed that lie 1,000 times a day in 1,000 different ways by people we love and trust and admire, who are good people, who care about us, who are so deep in their trust of that lie, and it has taken them so far, and they've been able to succeed far enough in it and turn around and go, yeah, look, I'm succeeding. And inside they're still so sick. But because we put so much attention on, it's so easy now to put so much attention on and celebrate and dress up those who are able to go the furthest in feeding their black hole and keeping it sustained before they collapse and die, and then never get to admit to us, in many cases, that, in fact, their core was empty and lost and never at rest or at peace, in a way that once you find, you discover what power really is and where it really comes from. Because if you are unable to feel at peace because of whatever it may be, that is the condition that controls you, that has taken your power, or really that you've given your power to. Because again, on this internal level, you are the distributor of reward, of satisfaction, of tension, all of it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the people that are currently the furthest ahead in this game of accumulation, I think that it is a contradiction to believe that they are able to reach that position and have the present capacity to help anyone reach what they actually want. It's built so much, if not entirely, on ignorance and bullshit and deception. Everyone is so deeply bought into it. They are fish born into an ocean of lies. It's so easy to put on a kind, happy, wise, knowing, understanding face. We are psychotic and so insidiously dangerous in our ability to mimic the perfect image. So easily fooled by everyone else doing that same thing. It's so scary to step back from it because it is the disappointment of every desire and program and morality and norm and idea and belief, all of it. Experiences the most dissatisfying thing, which is not to have the joy and glory of being resisted and fighting to prove itself, nor the more sparkly outcome of winning and being right and proving it and being acknowledged as being right and getting the thing, and the thing being as good as it felt like it was going to be, which it never is. And if it is, it dies out and you become used to it so quickly that it didn't matter anyway. Within a very short period, it's in the past as if it had never happened. So then you have to keep making it happen, and that's your new master. Yeah, so instead of those two sides, it's just stepping back and dropping it and quitting. Being a quitter, failing in the fight. Not affirming the identity of either side. No right, no wrong, not both, not neither, not anything, not that. Just oh, wow, that sure feels nice. Like I've been wearing rubber bands around my head my entire life and adding more and more and more to try to fix the tension, to try to solve this thing and release. And occasionally one will snap off. And so I go, oh, I did it. And then I believe that the rubber band was the source of the relief. And so I add more to try to make them snap off again. I could just take them off. Yeah. No tension. Beyond what just is naturally already there. Balancing the looseness that is naturally already there. That's the thing. I think it makes sense to have a like the craving for that drama of tension is natural, obviously, because it happens. And we maybe forget that it will come to us. We don't have to create it or seek it out or add more. It will happen, and we will get as much as I think this is my sense right now, like perfectly as much as we want. Same with the release. It will go when it goes. It's not our job, really. Life provides the drama and the resolution. We are the actors on the stage who will most enjoy what's happening if we can recognize that we are just actors on a stage and have fun improvising our parts and not getting too caught up in the fact that we're all actors on a stage, and just have fun with the fact that it's happening. And the stage will do what it does, and the other actors will, and they'll take cues from us. And so will the stage. And then when you really see that and can really start playing off of that, there's this new skill that you get to develop, which is, oh wow, they're taking cues from me. So I can learn how to play with the way that I improvise my role that I've been given by being born into it every moment for a lifetime through different phases of life. And I can study and learn and increase my intuition of how to give a performance in a way that makes it really fun and really cool. And I can learn how to recognize who's in front of me, what's in front of me, where they're at, what they're doing, how they're playing their role. Maybe if they don't realize they're playing one for some reason, whatever. And I can play with that and make it good and fun and enjoyable and interesting and beautiful as best as I can, and continuously getting better if I am able to approach it in that way without trying to be like, hey, wake up, you're an actor. I don't know, like maybe there's moments where that's the right thing to do. But like, this is another funny thing, and I think I'm going to end this here. How often we see ourselves and others pointing out somebody else's flaw or ignorance or whatever. Like, oh, you're a Nazi. As if that will do something, as if that will help, as if they go, oh, I did not realize that. Thank you. Now I'll change, right? It's so unsafe, so obviously not what has ever worked. So I bring that up because if we truly want to bring a beneficially expanded awareness to others of something, we have to be able to acknowledge what has never worked, and that is one of those things that has never worked. And then let's look at the things that do work, right? Okay. Well, thanks for listening.